And welcome back to Daily Dirty Podcast. I'm your host, John Croft. How's everybody living? I wanted to create or record or make or however you want to call it a new video today. So I've been watching some more videos. As you know, this is kind of new for me and I'm trying to get this up and going and realize a lot of things. And like I've stated before, you're always going to get the raw from me. You're going to get everything of where I started. I mean, if it ends up going somewhere or whatever. But my main thing is, like I stated before, it's just me getting stuff off my chest. And I watched a gentleman today. I've watched him before. He's really good. He gives a lot of pointers on starting a YouTube channel, podcast, or, or wherever, whatever you desire when it comes to this crap. And he brought up a really good, a few good points. One is, and which I've already mentioned before, even before I watched the show, is if you're too concerned about subscribers and likes and views and stuff like that, you're just not going to get anywhere and you're going to get burnt out. You're going to want to quit. Me, I'm not getting burnt out. I'm not going to quit because this is, becoming one of my positive vices to kind of just help me let off steam and just say some shit, and you just don't always want to vent to your, to your life partner, like my wife. I don't want to vent all the time to her, even though she's a very good listener and she gives really good advice and things like that. She thinks outside the box and kind of lets me in on, like, here's some stuff I see you doing wrong. And I like that. I like people being blunt. Now, sometimes it makes me mad, but that's just a human response. And there's times where you got to kind of sit back and be like, I should be pissed off, but let me think about that for a second. And that's what I've been learning. I know it sounds stupid, us men out there, we I don't know about all of us, but me, shit, I'm quick to be like, what did you just say to me? But she has patience with me and she's helping me out because, I try to talk about some mental stuff. And she helps out with that with me. So now I'm kind of at the point when she says something and I have this pause. I let my ADHD kind of roll it around a few times and around the Ferris wheel. I think, okay. And I evaluate what she says. Then I'll come to a couple conclusions, and then I pick one best that isn't going to piss her off. No, I'm just kidding. The best one that actuality, that makes sense. And then I just, try to come back and like, okay, I can see that. All right. And it's not about right or wrong. It's about, she's the first. It's the only woman I ever loved in my life. And it's going to be the last. So, and she's my rock and she is my positivity person. Granted, she could be negative at times, but she's quick to turn it back to be positive. So I'm learning to be like that. I used to be a really negative person. And then for a while I found myself and I was able to get positive, and I've kind of talked about that in some other podcasts. And then I got this job, and I don't even want to get into that right now. I can't get into this job, but slowly that job, it was like, man, it just, your soul, man, it sucks your soul out. And you just think, man, how can people be like this? That's corporate for you, though. So it's my actually real only corporate job. I used to do nothing but contract work. You go in, they're going to treat you like crap, but they're going to pay you. Here, you don't go in and think they're going to treat you like crap. You think, man, I'm going to have a career. I'm going to get up there. I'm going to handle business. No. They knock you down a few pegs, be like, well, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do the work of like 4 or 5 people. And then we're going to pay you for someone that just started out in this industry, even though you've been in it for a hot minute. And either you're going to take it or you're going to leave it. So right now I have to take it because I don't have another job lined up right now. I'm working on that. I'm getting some shit together. It's probably still going to be a while. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of give some things out there that I've learned, and if it helps other people. And back to this gentleman. And I'm not going to say his name because I'm not a clickbait kind of guy. But I do enjoy his videos. And the biggest thing I enjoy about him, and he's just straight up. He's blunt. I like blunt people. I like people telling me straight up. I don't like nobody beating around the bush and trying to be all nice about it and try to, I don't want to hurt your feelings and shit. No, hurt my feelings, man. I really have you hurt my feelings. That way I'm just like, shh, man, that cut deep, but it makes sense because you're being real with me. Now, if you're just being an asshole, there are people like that too. And you got to build, you got to learn how to weed that shit out. You get good at it after a while. So anyway, he talks about a lot of people were commenting on his videos as, man, I'm not getting any likes. Nobody's viewing my stuff. I don't have enough subscribers or, views and shit like that. And he just busted it down. He was just straight up like, look, I'm going to tell y'all a few things that I learned, and I wish somebody would have told me a long time ago. He was like, because I probably would have had more by now. Is one, which I already know, is quit worrying about your views and stuff. If you have less than 50 videos, you just can't bitch. Unless you're that one in a million that's just got something catchy and it just kept on rolling. And we all ain't that lucky. 2, he looked at a couple people's videos that were saying that in their channel and stuff, and he was just like, I'm just gonna be dead honest with you. Your videos suck. And I was like, damn, Smokey. I like it. Give me more. Slap me around. No, okay, that's getting kind of weird. But anyway, I was like, that's the shit that I need, man. That's that. It sounds negative, but it's positive. Think of it. You got somebody that's reviewed your stuff, and it's not like he's like, hey, I'm not like an expert, but I watch a ton of YouTube videos to learn how to be better. You're complaining, and you got like 10 or 15 videos, and all of them suck. Like, I couldn't even make it through a few minutes of it. Now, I skipped through, maybe it gets better, and it just kept getting worse. I like that, and that's positivity to me because he's actually being honest with you, and it might piss you off, but it should make you think of like, okay, if you're wanting to be a creator and you're wanting to be that kind of person to get your stuff out there, one is don't let people knock you down. He's not knocking you down. He's giving you hard reality of straight up, your shit sucks. That don't mean it's always going to, but think of it as a learning curve. How can I improve? He said, ask yourself those questions. He goes, if you watch somebody's video and you're like, man, their shit sucks, then look at your crap. And then think about that, being like, oh man, somebody's probably saying that about mine. And sure enough, they probably are. And that's probably why you're not getting all that. So that was one really cool thing that he said that I liked. And another thing, he goes, another thing is, if you're watching somebody's video and you're wanting to learn something, finish watching the video. He goes, if it's too long, he goes, I get it. And that's something that I took to heart because I'm like, my videos are long as shit because I'm long-winded and I'm ADHD and I love talking. So I have to learn from that to kind of cut my stuff shorter because, yeah, on like other things that I have my podcast on, like maybe like Amazon or like Spotify or iHeart, you're not watching me, you're listening to me. And if your voice is soothing and you're talking about some interesting shit, then people's going to get engaged. YouTube's differently. It's differently by the way of people can see you. People are listening to you with their eyes as well, So it's a different arena is what I'm saying. So this quick little, YouTube podcast, I'm basically throwing you out there and I'm just trying to be positive for y'all too. 2 things I learned in that video besides what I've already said. One is vidIQ. Now I just add the extension to my YouTube, and yeah, there's a free version and there's a paid version. Of course, I'm not going to pay for it because I don't got the money to be doing all this shit. If I can do something for free, I'm frugal as hell because I don't got that kind of money. If you do, hey, you can do the free version. I don't know if I can post that in here or not. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I'm trying it out with this video. This is actually the first video I'm going to try use it on and see how it can help me out and help me improve to get better content for people to make it to where I can reach out to more people, not for views. Again, I don't really care if you like or become a subscriber or anything like that. But if you pass it by and it's like, hey, this guy's his man, his shit sucks. But he had some cool things, and he's trying to make it better. And that's what I'm trying to get out of this, or hopefully y'all get something out of this, because that's how I got what I got out of the video that he had posted. And so I'm gonna try to make this video a little short, maybe 20 minutes. I mean, I'm long-winded. I'll do my best. I'll probably cut some shit because I'm still working with some other, you know, Riverside, and this, what I'm doing this on is Wave Room, and it's free. I mean, you can pay for it and stuff like that, but it's for what I'm doing right now. It's good practice. Okay. So vidIQ, I'll put it in there. I probably won't. It probably won't give you a link to shoot through because I have to have so many videos of, I can't even tell you all the analytics on that shit. I'm still trying to learn that crap, right? My thing is, and what I posted on his video is like, first of all, I tell him thank you. I like somebody that's blunt like that and being straight up, because if it's like giving somebody a prize for being third place, or a participation trophy. It's like, man, you made it. You spelt your name right. You get a trophy. I didn't grow up like that. Homeboy didn't grow up like that either. It's all about, man, if you ain't first, you're second. No, if you ain't first, you ain't shit, right? So I like that. I consider that positive because someone's actually being straight up and not trying to, blow smoke up your rear, right? So he mentioned that with the vidIQ. So I'm trying that out. And I'm going to see how it goes. So if my next video, I'll kind of give a little bit of summary of what I learned, or, if it's helped out, it's probably not going to help out overnight. And that's another thing. And I realized this early on, because maybe it's because I'm an analytical thinker, or I'm just doing this just out of, I wouldn't say out of boredom, but just out of something to kind of keep my mind occupied, because right now the gym's, kind of hard right now. And the things I love to do, I can't do where I live at right now. I've been able to do it for years. So if I sit there and I dwell on that, then it's just going to get me in a bad mood of something that I can't do, that I have the capability of doing right now. Well, eventually I'm hoping so, but if not, I don't want that saying that it's not. So this helps me out in that. Also, I like to talk about personalities and mental illness and struggles, because I mean, we all go through it. I mean, I'm struggling with this podcast, but struggle is what makes you stronger. You quit, you give up, it's like with life. I mean, there's people that just give up on life, and man, I've been there. Oh man, I've been there. I almost quit my job the other day. It was shit. Sometimes things weigh heavy on you, between stuff at the house, but my paycheck got messed up, and it's close to Christmas. And of course they're not going to fix it. They're going to fix it on the next paycheck, which is after Christmas, and then at the end of the month, all of our bills, or big bills, are at the end of the month. So we're just like, here we come, credit card and your fees, man. Will we make it? Yeah. My wife and I, we've struggled separately and we've struggled together. And it ain't easy. Anybody says it's easy, they didn't struggle. It's hard. Man, struggle with whatever is going on is hard, and everybody's situation is different. Everybody's struggles are different. Everybody might be easier at something and don't struggle in that area as some of the other people. But struggle is struggle, But I like hearing other people's struggles and how they overcome it. It's just inside of me, it gives me hope. It makes me feel like, well, shit, man, that dude or gal has been through some shit, but they're staying positive. I want to be that person one day. Am I there yet? No. Will I get there? I'm going to do everything I can to be there within legal means. I'm all about legal. I'm straight as an arrow. Sexually. So anyway, just a few things to throw that out there to anybody that ends up watching this is, don't give up. You can look at my shit. My shit's open. You can see that I don't have hardly any followers. Most of them are my friends or family members. I don't know if I got someone that I don't know personally or have known for years that ain't on my shit or viewed my crap. But I'm all right with that. You have to work on getting better. Two ways in that is getting better for yourself. If you do this, I mean, if you're trying to do this as money, that's a hustle in a totally different situation because there's marketing involved. There's a lot of work. And when you put a lot of work into something that you enjoy, it turns into not enjoying it. It becomes a job. When it becomes a job and you suck at it, you just ain't going to be happy. That's why I don't see this as a job. I only see this as a hobby. I see this as just advice of something that, it's like me going out and hitting a punching bag. It's just, it ain't going to get me nowhere, but it makes me feel good at the time, right? This is my drug of choice, is this YouTube channel. So is it addicting? It can be, but you just can't be on the down low with it. You can't just let it get you down. There are times where I'm just like, I want to quit it. No, not really, because I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it for the views. I'm in it for whatever, man. It's just wherever it takes me. It's just something that I technically haven't put a whole lot of money into. I mean, yeah, my mic costs a little bit of money and my little mixing thing or whatever, but I'm an IT guy, so I figure something out on that front. But one thing I did want to say is normally I take this and I just did it because I was lazy, because I get lazy at times as an IT person. I'm just like, I'll just cut and paste and, Control X, Control C, Control V, some shit, whatever. But my Spotify and my Amazon, I just copy this over to that. And it's just, it's different because, like I said, people just listen to it. And if you got if you got something catchy going on or something's interested or you got a soothing voice, and that's just what I hear. I'm not saying I got that, but that's like, if I look at a podcast or listen to a podcast rather, that's on Spotify, I have to enjoy that person's voice. If it's like dry eyes commercial motherfucker that's just monotone and shit, you're not going to catch my attention. It'd be like I'm trying to learn something that I don't want to learn. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to listen to a person like that. But I'm going to separate these. I'm going to do more mental health on my Spotify podcast, and this right here, I might look into doing some reviews of something. Because right now I've got that T-Mobile 5G, and I'm working on getting that. It's like a mini memo freaking wave form thing I got to put on the roof of my house to get my crappy internet better, because I'm starting to work my labs to get back into learn some Red Hat, learn some OpenShift, some Kubernetes. I'm a virtualization engineer. I got my VCAP and some other virtualization crap, but I need more. And I got to get, I got a server that I got to set up, and I got, there's a couple other products that I kind of been testing out and stuff like that, I haven't been testing out because my internet sucks and I can't really have internet sitting in my house. My damn Wi-Fi router is outside, and if it rains, I got to pull the shit in, and then I'm going from like 100 down to like 10 down. So I'm going to be doing some reviews like that. And there's a ton of people that are doing it out there, but I haven't seen anybody that lives out in the country with a metal roof. Well, I mean country, like I'm in the freaking boons with a metal roof. And I want to do some before and after stuff. So I might work into that, maybe throwing a couple of videos on what I'm doing as far as my my lab that I'm setting up, if anybody wants to kind of get into that. And I might be able to, show a few people what I'm doing by me learning some of that. And I can set up labs for like, Cisco stuff and, and ESXi and all that crap. But I'm wanting to get into Red Hat and some SQL. Like I've had plenty of jobs. They're just like, these jobs are like 150, 160K a year. They're just like, man, if only you knew SQL, if only you knew Python, if only you had Red Hat, if only you had Azure, all this crap. Cause I'm not a software guy. I'm a hardware guy, and people's like, well, you're virtualization. Yeah. It's based off of hardware. It's just virtual, but it's the same concept. It's kind of software, but it's based off of hardware. When you get Python, Python isn't based off hardware. You put it on hardware. You can run hardware, but it ain't hardware. So my mind doesn't work like that. I have an analytical mind to a point, but I can't learn unless I screw up a lot. And then I figure it out. That's how I learn. I know it sounds kind of messed up, but ADHD for everybody is different. Mine is just like, it's like the sides of my brains are fighting over, is that right? No, this is how you did not. And then they'll fight for a little while, and then finally one to slap the other and shit to come together. And then all of a sudden it's an aha moment. That's how I learn. It's messed up. Trust me. But anyway, I just want to kind of throw us out here. I'm trying to keep this below the 30-minute mark. I said 20 minutes, but I like at 20 minutes and like 10 seconds. Anyway, so I know it's a little bit of everything. I'm going to try to use this this vidIQ. It's supposed to do a bunch of things as far as, you know, getting your title and working on thumbnails, and because the thumbnail just me doing like, that's not getting me nowhere. You know, it's according to them, it sucks. So I'm going to see what it's all about. And then I'll, on my next video, I'll do a little bit of review on it, on some of the things that I found useful. And then later on, I'll do another video if it ends up panning out, you know, or anything significantly better, of course, is better. I mean, it's, you know, they say it's inch by inch, but for me, it's like millimeter by millimeter. If I get a millimeter extra something going on that's positive, I'm going to take it, and I'll let y'all know. But anyway, I'm working on getting this better. I got some good stuff that's coming on. I'm going to be working on some shorts, and I'll see how that works out on vidIQ as well, because I know you can do that in there. And that was another thing that gentleman had said in his videos, was you got to do some shorts because you get your click rate and all that stuff. And again, I haven't really got into a lot of that because I'm not really trying to get a ton of people. You know, if it happens, it happens, but I'm not trying to push the issue. But now it's just kind of like, you know, let me at least try it and let me see what happens and see, because now it's all about me saying, hey, you see how crappy my videos are. And if it helps me and you're looking to get, you know, something better, and you're wanting to get something actually be serious and getting a lot of followers and views and comments and shit, maybe to help you out. Because if it can help me out, it's probably going to help you out better than me. Anyway, again, Daily Dirty Podcast. I'm your host, John Croft. I hope everybody has a very great Christmas if you celebrate it, holidays, whatever it is you celebrate. If you don't, you just sit back, drink you some whiskey or whatever you got going on. Be safe, and I'll talk to you on the next video. Later.